Hi, I'm Jason Pufahl, the Vice President of Security Services for Vancord.
And I'm Matt Fusaro, the Director of Security Services for Vancord.
So we want to give you a brief overview on the Vancord Security Operations Center. It's a service actually that Matt has fully developed from the ground up to address what we felt were gaps in the market in areas where other folks who deliver this aren't succeeding. So can you spend a minute on what a Security Operations Center is?
Yeah, absolutely. So security operation can mean different things to different people. For us, it means being on top of alerts and understanding what's going on with your security infrastructure that we're monitoring. We can monitor a bunch of different types of sources for you, things like EDR, SIEMs, firewalls. We have an automation platform that brings a lot of that stuff in for us so that we can get it in front of analysts so they can make a decision on whether it's a threat or not.
So let's talk a little bit about data, right? So you mentioned EDR. I'm assuming you can bring a variety of different EDR products in as well as other types of data?
Yeah, basically, if there's an API that can get us alert information or security outcomes from what it's trying to do, then we can do something with it.
We focused largely, I believe, on the Microsoft set of solutions. Was there a reason for that?
So a lot of our customers in the SMB space, they use Microsoft for everything, right? Okay. It's their main productivity tool, and a lot of them already have the investment. Right. So we focused on that to get us kind of off the ground started here. And now we're branching out to help other customers that may not necessarily be in the Microsoft sphere. Yeah.
So, of course, we manage everything in accordance with the service level agreement, right? Response times based off of critical alerts and high alerts. Can you talk a little bit about how we meet some of those requirements?
Yeah. So a lot of it is making sure that we're getting the incident or the alert from the products as soon as possible. A lot of products will wait on some type of timer. We try to be as event-driven as we can, so we get that information to the analysts in a timely manner. On top of that, we track all our SLAs. There's different timers for various different situations. Really depends on what the type of the alert is. And then once all that's tracked, that's also reported on so that that's all transparent to the customer as well. We want them to see how well or how not well we're doing, right? Hopefully it's always well.
Hopefully it's well,
yeah.
Right. So yeah, speak a little bit to that. What does our communication look like to a client, and sort of what type of data can they get on their own, or what do they wait for us to tell them?
Yeah, so a lot of the security products they're going to own, right? So it's things that they own. So there's the EDR product or the SIEM, whatever it might be, right? So they can always see that stuff on their own. But what we try to do is take those alerts or groups of alerts and kind of boil it down to what they actually have to know. So what are the key things that happened? Why did it happen? When did it happen? How can they help remediate it if we need assistance with that, such as access to systems or a variety of things, right?
Yeah.
So that's the things that they'll see when they get an alert from us.
So I think, I'll paraphrase something you said, which it's our goal to let the client sleep at night.
Right.
We're up watching this all the time. We're sending pretty rich data to them though, right? So we're not just getting a log and forwarding over something that hasn't been sort of enriched and made clear to the client. Yeah.
So we try to keep that balance of not too much information, but enough information so you actually know what's going on, right? A lot of the other products and services that we've seen kind of just give the raw alert back to you and claim it as we're reducing noise for you. We have that goal too, but we also want you to know exactly what it is that's happening. Because sometimes when they have that data, they can just tell us, hey, we already know what that is. That's nothing to actually be worried about. Less phone calls to less people. It's always good.
Okay. And I think finally, on a periodic basis, I know there's the opportunity for somebody to log in and look at their own reports, but we'll send reports on a monthly basis that gives perspective on how we're doing and frankly, how they're doing.
Yeah, we're trying to make those as available as we can. Right now, it's delivered on a monthly basis in a static format, right? But we're looking to hopefully within a quarter or two have that actively available so you can log into a portal and actually view that in real time.
Okay. Well, Matt, thanks.
Of course.
Super helpful. I hope this gives a little bit of an overview on what our Security Operations Center service is. Of course, we're happy to talk more about it, and we welcome anybody to reach out at any time. Thanks.